Work is crucial. When I struggled with my depression, who I was and how I felt was my depression. And if somebody were to ask me, what do you do? Well, I manage my depression. But once you find a job that speaks to you, now you have an identity. And when people ask you, what do you do? You can speak to them with your heart, with your feelings. This is what I love. This is what's exciting. It's the most important part of a person's recovery. Because when a person gets a job, they then start assimilating into the rest of the people at work, and then they start to assimilate into society. And when you start to struggle with whatever it is, people tend to push themselves out away from society and out on the periphery. If they find a job that they love, they will then start re-assimilating themselves into society. So work is crucial. And it's not just work, it's what's passionate for that person. If you can help them find their passion, they will do more than you could imagine just to get there if they think there's a possibility of getting there. And when they get there, you'll see a totally different person. They'll be excited, they'll be enthusiastic, they'll go to work even though they're struggling with their symptoms. And that's the thing I really love about it. How my disabilities made me a better man is they pushed me beyond any ability I ever thought that I had. They made life so difficult for me, so frightening and so hard that I had to get better in order to overcome them. I could not stay the same. And it overwhelms you, it scares you, but it makes you grow. And you grow further than you ever thought. And the challenge is, how do you get support along the way? That's the first step. And when I went to Department of Vocational Rehab, I got support. And the person that guided me and showed me the most was somebody who was visually impaired. It was wonderful. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better. So it's having a disability. The biggest challenge is realizing it's not a disability, it's an ability, and find out what your ability is. There's a phrase in mental illness: I was a human before I got sick, and I'll be a human after I get well. And so it's a very human condition. The challenge is, how do you work with a person who's struggling with whatever the disability is in a humanistic way? How do you treat them as a person? They're just like you and I, and try and figure out, how do we work together to solve this problem?